What's going on? All right, it is day one of one Big Mac a day, every day for 30 days. And I just want to clarify some things. So that's me, and I'm Jordan Syatt. Now, in the clip that we're watching, I was explaining to my Instagram why in the hell I'm about to start eating one Big Mac a day every single day for 30 days straight. Now, I had an idea what would happen just based on understanding nutrition and science and weight fluctuations and all that stuff, but I didn't know. I was gonna do the experiment, which is why I tracked every single day, documented every single Big Mac, and that's what I'm about to share with you. But before we get into the rest of the video, I wanna explain to you why I did this. So there's no confusion, no one is like, oh my God, he's promoting McDonald's. McDonald's didn't pay me. I'm not promoting that you eat McDonald's every day. I wanna make this very clear. I am not telling you Big Macs are healthy. I am not telling you to eat Big Macs every day, or even every week, or even at all. If you don't wanna eat Big Macs, don't eat Big Macs. The purpose of me doing this challenge is to show you that you can have your favorite foods in moderation and still live an overall healthy lifestyle while making progress towards your goals. So for example, you can go to your daughter's birthday party and have a slice of pizza without getting food anxiety. Or so you can go to your nephew's graduation ceremony and have a slice of cake or a beer and enjoy it without trying to make up for the damage that you did. Or so you can have an ice cream cone with your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or whoever, maybe even just yourself. You just wanna have an ice cream cone, for fuck's sake, just so you can enjoy it and not feel guilty or shame or anxiety just for having a treat now and then. That's why I did this 30-day challenge. That's why I ate a Big Mac every day for 30 days. And that's why I'm about to go into the rest of this video to show you that you can enjoy your favorite foods in moderation with no guilt, no shame, no anxiety. That's why I did this. I'm going to McDonald's right now. Can I get one Big Mac, please?
A meal or just a sandwich?
Just a sandwich and a Diet Coke would be great.
Small, medium, large?
Small's perfect.
That's it?
Yep.
I'll be 652.
Thank you so much. Order number 456.
456?
That's me. Thank you so much. All right, so it is officially day one of 30 of my one Big Mac a day, everyday challenge for 30 days. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save every receipt. Just to reiterate, the point of this challenge isn't to show you that McDonald's is healthy. That's not what I'm trying to prove. All I'm trying to do is show you that you can have treats. You can have traditionally unhealthy foods. You can have a not perfect day or week or month and still make progress. And most people, what they do is they might have a meal like this and think they fucked up and then just let everything go to shit. So I'm gonna have one a day every day and still make progress, specifically fat loss. Also, what I wanna make clear is, as you just saw when I ordered, she said, do you want a large, do you wanna add the meal to it, which would add fries to it? I have a choice. I didn't wanna add the fries. I didn't wanna make a bigger meal. I didn't want anything else, this is it. So this is what I'm having. This is about 550 calories, and then I'm gonna account for it in the rest of my day, so cheers. Now I know there are gonna be people in the comments who are like, oh, that's not even real food, that's disgusting. I'm gonna be very honest with you, I fucking love Big Macs. I think they're delicious, so if you don't like them, good thing you're not eating it. They're fucking good. And just in the interest of full disclosure and being honest about everything, I feel like shit right now. I just had my first Big Mac in as long as I can remember, and it tasted great, but I have to go work out now and I feel fucking awful. So it'll be interesting to document this and keep track of if maybe I get used to feeling like shit or if I feel more like shit as time goes on. Either way, it tasted great. I like the Big Mac, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's sitting right here and I don't wanna go work out. I wanna take a nap, but I gotta get this lift in, so that's the update. Now, I wanna explain what I did for exercise over the 30-day challenge because a lot of people started to say things like, oh my God, he's gonna have to do hours of cardio to burn off all those Big Mac calories. And that's not what I did at all. And it's not what you have to do if you have a treat now and again. It's actually a really bad mindset to think that because you have a slice of pizza, you have to do hours of cardio to burn it off. It's not accurate. Here's what I did. For 30 days, I strength trained 3 times a week. 1 day of upper body, 1 day of lower body, 1 day of full body. It was about 30 to 45 minutes per session. That was it. I did jujitsu 2 times a week, which is not intense. I'm not good. I'm a brand new beginner. It's a lot of technique work, just 2 days a week of that. And then every day I made sure that I got 10,000 steps. That's it. And it wasn't 10,000 steps to burn off the calories. It was 10,000 steps because walking's good for you. Walking's good for your heart health, good for your mental health, good for your emotional health. Walking's just a good thing to have in your overall lifestyle. Now, I also did that because in Supersize Me, he deliberately stopped exercising and specifically stopped walking, which was very misleading. Of course, if you eat more calories than you're supposed to and you start exercising less, you're gonna gain weight and get unhealthier. The purpose of this isn't to show you that eating Big Macs is healthy, it's to show you that you can incorporate your favorite foods while having an overall healthy lifestyle and still be okay. So that's what I did for the 30-day challenge. That was my exercise routine. Let's get on with the video. Oh, wow. Yeah. 540 calories, there we go. Look, we have a choice. Do you have to get the 1,050 calorie one? Or can you get the 540 calorie one? It's your decision. You're an adult.
See, now it wants you to, if you want to make it a meal still.
Do you want to make it a meal? No, I don't.
You want to customize it?
No, that's it. Where's the enter?
Add to order.
Add to order.
Done.
Beverages. Fountain drinks. Fries by flavor. Diet Coke. Medium. Add to order. Done.
Jetzt 2 Ballen. So,
Hang on.
Fertig, dann zack.
Hold it straight.
Das habe ich doch schon.
Good. It's so fucking good. It doesn't fill me up. It's like really small. When I was a kid, I was like, man, these are so big and filling. Now I'm like, I could have 4 of these.
Remember when I had like a Mighty Kids meal instead of like a Happy Meal?
Yeah.
I'm a Mighty Kid. Like, just give me the Big Mac. I'm a fat ass. I'm not a Mighty Kid.
Yep, should I say like,
Nothing fancy, just day 4.
day 4. Do you want a large meal? No. Do you want a medium meal? No. Do you want the hash brown meal? No. Just want the Big Mac. Just one.
Add to order.
What?
Add to order.
Isn't that too?
This is like probably the most pretty looking one.
See it.
Let's fucking see that. Bam. Yeah, that's good. So why did I choose the Big Mac? Why not a Whopper or a Crunchwrap Supreme or my personal favorite, a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich? There's actually 2 reasons. All right, and the first one being, in the United States alone, there's 1.5 million Big Macs sold every day. That's over 500 million Big Macs every year and 17 Big Macs every single second. And again, I'm not saying that Big Macs are healthy and nutritious and that they should be a staple in your diet. because they shouldn't. But I am saying that putting foods into categories of good and bad, right and wrong, healthy and unhealthy, is not only disingenuous, but it's actually doing much more harm than good. And demonizing any individual food as inherently bad for you is actually going to be causing more disordered eating, more binge eating, more mental health issues, and it will continue to contribute to morbid obesity. And that's why I chose the Big Mac, to show you once and for all that regardless of what the latest fitness Instagram influencer is telling you have to cut out and avoid, you can still enjoy your favorite foods in moderation while staying healthy and achieving your goals. All right, so we're on day 5 of the Big Mac Challenge. Just wanna cover a couple quick things. The first one is, people have been asking me, are you sick of them yet? Are they gross? I'm gonna be honest with you. They're still pretty delicious. They've sold billions of them for a reason. But I learned on day 1, do not have a Big Mac before you work out. That was a really terrible move. That was not smart. As of right now, my weight is like basically stable. My weight has stayed the same. If you've seen other videos of me on YouTube or on Instagram in the past, this is my pattern. I usually maintain for the first like 3 to 7 days, and then I'll see it drop. So I have a feeling my weight's gonna drop probably within the next like 2 to 3 days, just because I am in a deficit. But also, and this is something that I didn't like about Super Size Me, was he stopped walking. Like he stopped moving, he stopped exercising. He literally did his best to do as little as possible while eating as much as possible. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. Of course you're going to gain weight. Of course it's going to be unhealthy. Of course your blood markers are gonna go down. You're not gonna be as healthy. The whole purpose of this is not to show you that this is healthy. It's not what I'm trying to do. The whole purpose of this is to show you that you can have it as a part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Not to encourage you to eat it every day like I am. I mean, honestly, like, even though it tastes delicious, I still have to restrict elsewhere in my diet because of it. Wait, you know what? Let's pause that for a second. What did that mean when I told you I had to restrict myself? I literally just got done telling you that I don't believe in good foods or bad foods, and that you should be able to enjoy your favorite foods in moderation while still making progress. So what does this restrict? And I want to clarify, because when a lot of people hear about a diet, they start thinking that you have to restrict and restrict and restrict, and you can't have any of your favorite foods, and it's just all terrible torture. I want to clarify, it's really important. And the first thing to clarify is, a lot of people on Instagram, as they watched me go through this challenge, were asking me, hold on, are you only eating a Big Mac every day? Like, no, that's called starvation. That's 540 calories a day. Like, absolutely not. I had a regular diet. I ate regular healthy foods. I ate a lot of, actually, you know what? I'll tell you what I did. I woke up every day, and first I had a black coffee with an apple. All right, that was usually just what I had right when I woke up, not because I don't want to eat anything else, but because I'm not that hungry, and I just like how black coffee and an apple makes me feel. Usually, before I would go to work out, I'd have some type of a salad. Call these a big ass salad. And I'm putting these on my Instagram a lot lately to promote eating a lot of whole, nutrient dense, minimally processed foods. Sometimes I'll put grilled chicken in it, have it with Greek yogurt. They're fantastic. Several hours later, for my late lunch, early dinner, that's when I would have my Big Mac. And then later at night, I'd have a much bigger dinner. My girlfriend loves to cook, so sometimes we would have shakshuka, which is probably my all-time favorite Middle Eastern dish. It's a tomato base. It's absolutely delicious. You put some eggs in it, some garnish on top. It's amazing. It's actually one of my favorite quote-unquote fat loss foods because it's so low calorie and very filling. You can add some protein and vegetables to it as well. So I had an overall healthy diet, right? I wasn't really restricting myself. I was having all of that plus a Big Mac every day. And even there were a couple times when I would go out to dinner with my cousin and his wife and my niece. I went to my buddy's wedding, which I'll tell you all about later in this documentary. But I wasn't restricting from the perspective of, I wasn't saying, oh my God, I can't have any other carbohydrates. And I wasn't saying like, oh my God, sugar's terrible. Like, there were still times when I would enjoy sorbet with my girlfriend and we would enjoy other foods. When I say restrict, I purely mean from the perspective of, if I'm adding 540 calories to my day of a Big Mac, that means I have to eliminate about that many calories from other foods in my diet. For me personally, I am obsessed, and this might sound weird, with pretzels. I fucking love pretzels. They're amazing. I always have them in my house, and if they're there, I'm gonna eat them. But for this challenge, I made a rule. I'm gonna limit my pretzel intake because I know that if I go and have one, the whole box is gone. So pretzels for me, I had to restrict a little bit. Not because pretzels are bad, but because I was having an extra 540 calories of a Big Mac. The same goes for, I wasn't having as much sorbet as I normally have. Usually at night, my girlfriend and I, we like to watch Netflix or House of Cards or do something and enjoy sorbet with it. I had to reduce that. When we went out to dinner at restaurants, I did some work ahead of time to figure out how many calories were in the meals to make sure that I picked the one that best fit my calories for the day. So when I say restrict, I'm not saying you can't eat your favorite foods. I'm saying if you decide to add calories in somewhere, you're gonna have to take them out somewhere else. I was just telling Rico, like I can't have as much of like my favorite Quest protein chips right now because more of the calories are going into this. I'm having more salads. I'm taking more steps throughout the day. And we'll show you that in the video that I am walking more than usual. This is fun, it's a cool challenge. They're delicious, like straight up McDonald's. I love the Big Mac. I feel fine. I do get a little bit tired after I eat them. I'm excited to see how the rest of this goes. It's only day 5. We have a long way to go, so we'll see. I'm just, if I had to put a prediction on what's gonna happen, I would say probably by the end of this, I'll lose anywhere between 2 to 4 pounds over the course of a month. I'll still like the Big Mac by the end of it. I'll place a big emphasis on what you would have to take out of your diet and or add into your exercise activity in order to make up for something like this on a daily basis. That's probably what my prediction is, but we'll see. We're taking it day by day. So if you're enjoying the video so far, wherever you are, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't already, and that's it. Wow, that's really good still. It is still really good. Today's day 8.
Day 8th?
Day 8.
8, yeah.
I didn't say 8th.
I thought you did.
Should I say like day 8? No. Yeah. Day 8. It's a good sandwich.
It's a great sandwich.
It is Big Mac Challenge, day 10. People are starting to freak out on Instagram. It's very, very cool to see. I've lost weight. They're still delicious. Just gonna put that out there. I think one of the interesting parts from a behavioral perspective, when I first started doing this, probably for the first 5 days, 3 to 5 days, most of the messages I got were from people saying, "Oh, that's so gross, it's disgusting, I could never do that." And now, the vast majority of messages, as you can see, like either on my Instagram story, maybe we'll put them up in this video, are, "Oh my God, this is amazing." And it's a lot of them from people who first said, "Oh, that's disgusting," and they're like, "Oh my God, that's amazing, I never knew this was possible." So it's interesting to see how people's perspective can change. And again, the whole purpose of this isn't for me to say that this is a healthy, nutritious meal, because obviously it's not. I would much rather you go to the grocery store and get more whole, nutrient-dense, minimally processed foods. Of course. Just to quickly add on to that point, a lot of people make nutrition out to be very black and white, right? You're either eating McDonald's all the time, or you're going 100% vegan. And it's not that simple. It's not that black and white. It doesn't have to be either or. You can have a little bit of both. Obviously, probably leaning more towards the whole, minimally processed, nutrient-dense foods. But that doesn't mean you can't have a little bit of here and there and still be healthy. And it's really important to remember that. And anybody who makes you think otherwise, they're being disingenuous. Also, don't skip ahead. In the next clip, I'm gonna be talking about one, how much weight I lost within the first 10 days, but more importantly, how I knew the fluctuation pattern my weight was gonna take. And I'll discuss this more in the video, but pay attention because understanding this concept from the beginning is super important for tracking your weight over time. And also to show you the differences in fluctuations in weight. Yesterday I hit an all-time low on this challenge. It was like, that was like 4 or 4.5 pounds down, but I even said in my story, like, it's going to spike back up. It's going to come back up, and it did today. It went back up about 2 pounds. And showing that, to show you that your weight isn't gonna go down linearly, it will spike up, and that's all part of the process. What'd you get?
I got the artisan grilled chicken sandwich.
But why'd you get that? Because what did you want?
I wanted a Big Mac.
No, but you wanted the fries.
I wanted fries, so I got a grilled chicken sandwich, which is lower in fat than the Big Mac, so that I could get the fries.
He just said, he goes, I wanted the fries so I couldn't go full shithead mode. It's the perfect way to put it. You can choose what you want. You have the decision. If you want to go full shithead mode, go full shithead mode. If you don't want to go full shithead mode, don't go full shithead mode. We should make that a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about one food or one place. It's your decisions. That's really what makes fucking, that's what,
Which people are finally learning when you're doing this.
that's what this is about.
It's amazing.
Cheers. Full shithead mode. I love that.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
I've got diarrhea. What? I don't know, could be the Big Mac.
Has this been consistent?
No. No, this is actually only the second time I've had diarrhea, but it's only the 11th day, so 2 diarrheas in 11 days might not be that good of a ratio.
Is diarrhea a good sustainable way to lose weight? Jordan?
So I want to talk to you about how I felt during the Big Mac Challenge, how the Big Macs made me feel, if they made me feel any different or worse. And obviously I got 2 diarrheas during the Big Mac Challenge. I don't know if that's how you say it. I had 2 diarrheas. I diarrheaed twice. I don't know how to phrase that, so we're just gonna keep going with it. I had diarrhea twice within the first 11 days, and obviously that wasn't ideal. Now I will say this, that's more often than I diarrhea on a regular basis. This is the most times I've said diarrhea in any clip ever. So anyway, diarrhea. Diarrhea, it's more than I diarrhea regularly. It could have been because of the Big Macs. It could also not have been. I can't tell you for certain. All I can tell you is I've eaten a Big Mac every day for 30 days, and within those 11 days, I diarrheaed twice, which is way more than usual. So enough with the diarrhea. Otherwise, my energy was fine. On day 1, I felt awful. I think if I had to guess, it's because there's more fat in a Big Mac than I usually have on any given meal, right? There's a lot of fat in it. And if I put more fat in my digestive system at any one time than usual, it's gonna feel weird. It's like slower to digest. It's harder to work out with. So that's why I would imagine. It also, who knows, maybe there's something in the Big Mac that's just, they're trying to poison you and that's why, like maybe that's it, who knows. After day 1, I felt fine. My energy was great. There were no issues. Some people asked how my skin was, and personally, I don't think I have the best skin in the world to begin with, but I think it's fine. It might have even gotten better over the course of the challenge, but that's basically it. Energy was good. Diarrhea was more often than usual, but you know, diarrhea, diarrhea, diarrhea. And we're just gonna put that in there. That's the most said word in the entire clip, diarrhea. Strength actually continued to go up. My strength got better in the gym. So I don't really know how to end this clip, but that's where we're gonna end it. Let's keep going with the video. Let's just keep going here.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? Wendy's? Burger King? Taco Bell? KFC?
Popeyes.
Papa John's? Popeyes? Chipotle?
Sbarro?
Going to McDonald's. Big Mac Challenge, day 12.
Right here.
Didn't even see it. I think the Big Macs are making me go blind.
That looks good. I mean, the bun doesn't look as toasted or as like glistening.
Yeah, but it looks good.
Yeah.
So up until this point in the challenge, everything was going great. I was losing weight, I was getting thousands, literally thousands of messages from people saying how much it was helping them, how much it was helping them develop a better relationship with food, how much it was inspiring them to just live a healthier lifestyle. So everything was really good. What sucked is right around this time, I started to get some kickback. I started to get some coaches in the fitness industry. Basically, instead of coming to speak directly with me, they started going on their social media saying, this is a stupid challenge, the guy who's running it doesn't know what he's talking about, this is gonna hurt more people. And that last part, that's really what hit my leg. It just drove a spear right through my heart when they said, this is gonna hurt more people. And it sucks because literally that's the exact opposite of what I wanna do. So to hear someone say this is gonna hurt more people than it helps, even when I'm getting thousands of messages from people saying it's helping them, it still like puts like a little like detonator in my brain that just explodes. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this hurting people, right? So I actually reached out to several of the people who did this, and several of them got on the phone with me and we spoke about it, and we ended up with great resolutions. And they turned out they hadn't actually looked into what I was doing. They had heard about the challenge, but they didn't really look into it. They didn't see what I was explaining. They didn't see that I wasn't recommending eating Big Macs every day. They just heard the surface level. And so we ended up coming out to a really good resolution, and some of them even apologized, which was great. But the point that I really want to drive home here is, even for the people who still think it was a bad idea, even for the people who are still going to say this was stupid, this is going to do more harm than good, it hurt, but I knew I was doing the right thing. I knew that this challenge was going to help way more people. I knew that what I was doing not only had good intent, but it was going to have a really good outcome. So I didn't stop, and I kept going. And I sort of was looking at this challenge as a way to get even a greater message across, more than just developing a healthier message, more than just developing a healthier relationship with food, also developing more resiliency. And when you know you're doing something right, keep going, because there's always going to be people talking shit, but you can't let that prevent you from continuing to drive forward and keep going. And to make a point, actually, it was almost like divine intervention, if you will. A really sweet young woman messaged me, and she was saying that the Big Mac Challenge had completely changed her life because she didn't have enough money for fresh groceries. She's a graduate student with her partner, and what she's been doing is using coupons to get her meals from Burger King. And sometimes Burger King was her only meal during the day. And before that, she felt really guilty. But because of the Big Mac Challenge, she was able to eat that meal without feeling guilty about it. And I wrote her back. This is all on my Instagram. And I said, I'm so glad that this is helping you from an emotional perspective and you don't feel guilty about it. But also, I don't want anybody to not be able to afford fresh groceries. So if you wouldn't mind, could you give me your Venmo so I can send you $200? And she was super happy, and I sent her $200, and I shared that on my Instagram. And as a result, it's crazy, we raised over $2,000 for her and her partner to get fresh groceries. And this is mind-blowing to me for a number of reasons, not to mention, not least of which is, if I hadn't kept going, if I hadn't kept doing this challenge, that would never have happened. But even on a more global scale, if you think about it, a bunch of strangers, thousands of strangers from all over the world, all contributed to these two people who didn't have enough money to get fresh groceries simply because of something we're doing on social media. And that, to me, speaks far greater about the power and positivity and optimism of everybody than a lot of people like to think. Because a lot of what we hear is social media is negative, other people are so negative, there's so much bad going on in the world, and there is. But I very honestly believe there's far more good happening. And before we get into the second half of the Big Mac Challenge, I just want to say thank you so much, because whether you realize it or not, just you watching this has helped me, and I appreciate it more than I can begin to tell you. That's fucking good.
Was that like an Irish accent?
That's fucking good. I really think that a lot of the, oh my God, it tastes disgusting is what people think they're supposed to say because supersize me and because, oh my God, McDonald's is gross. When in reality, it's like, no, people like how they taste. If they didn't taste good, then they wouldn't sell billions of them. And it's definitely not because of the cost. I mean, it's fucking like $6 plus for this and the Diet Coke. You could very much get a healthier meal at a grocery store for less. It's like, they taste good. Whether or not they're good for you over the long term, obviously that's a completely different discussion, but I think it's like, people almost feel bad for admitting that they like the taste of a Big Mac. It's like, relax, you have a Big Mac every once in a while, it's not the end of the world, just get back on track. Oops.
Catching fire everywhere.
Yeah, it's basically the whole thing that I want to accomplish is to show people that one bad meal or even a week of bad meals or whatever, it's not going to ruin your progress.
Yeah.
Because consistently the one driving factor that causes people to stop making progress is the idea that they've failed. The idea that because they had one bad meal, because they like ate something off track, because they went over their calories, like, oh, I screwed up, I might as well just keep screwing up. And I think a lot of that is driven from the underlying perspective that there are good foods and bad foods. And one of, I think, the most famous or infamous, however you want to look at it, videos and documentaries that drove that home was Supersize Me. Mm-hmm. This idea that McDonald's is all bad. And if you eat McDonald's, you will gain fat, you will like develop serious issues like fatty liver. Like it was presented in a way that made it seem like you didn't have a choice with McDonald's. That if you had McDonald's, you were inherently making a decision that was ruining your health. And that's just not accurate.
No, it's not.
And it's one thing to write about it, it's another thing to do it and show people. And I think it's where a lot of fitness professionals, they make a mistake. They just talk about it as though people should believe them. It's like, and don't believe me. Like, don't believe me. You should absolutely question what I'm saying. You should try other methods, but the best way for me to show you that this is accurate is to actually do it myself and prove it to you. It's so interesting to me because it's like, that's the side of fitness that I think we're not paying enough attention to, is the mental side. Yeah. Where it's like, mental progress matters too. Oh. It's not just about physical progress, and usually, in my opinion, the more mental progress you make, the more physical progress you'll make. Any physical progress made without mental progress stacked on top of it, as the base of it, is going to be short term, because it's being done from the perspective of usually quick physical changes without a deeper understanding of why things are going on and how to make them last long term. So you can do both at the same time, but if you're going for physical first over mental, you're screwing yourself over.
So, quick question. Why do you choose to get a Diet Coke instead of something else to drink?
So, first and foremost, I drink Diet Coke. But what I realized about like 2 or 3 days in, a lot of people still think that Diet Coke is gonna make you fat. Now, I'm not saying drink Diet Coke instead of water at all. I still think the majority of your fluid intake should come from water, but there's still people out there who say things like, oh, your body is gonna think that the fake sugar is real sugar, and so then it's going to actually believe that there are calories, and then therefore you get fat from drinking Diet Coke. So in addition to showing you that you can have some of your favorite foods, even if they're they're traditionally unhealthy or unclean. I also want to show you that Diet Coke's not going to make you fat either, all right? If something says it has 0 calories, you can treat it like it has 0 calories. It doesn't mean just because it has 0 calories it's healthy for you. That's an important distinction. It doesn't mean just because it has 0 calories that it should make up the majority of your diet. I still think water is the better choice. But the whole purpose of this challenge is not to say eat McDonald's day in and day out. It's not to say drink Diet Coke day in, day out. The point is to show you that if and when you do have it, it didn't ruin all of your progress. You're not messing up. Your diet isn't ruined. You're still okay as long as you get right back on track. All right, what are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get Diet Coke and small fry.
A small fry?
Small.
Not a medium?
I don't know.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna get? Hey, how are you? Good. Could I get a Big Mac, please? What do you want?
I'll do a medium Diet Coke, medium fry, and chicken nugget.
Thank you so much. You excited, baby? Got the Big Mac. She's got her chicken nuggets and her fries. Now we're gonna be late to the wedding. But that's what this Big Mac challenge is about. We gotta make sacrifices, okay? And being a little bit late to the wedding is one of those sacrifices, right? What'd you say? She said, this traffic is fucking ridiculous. She's driving like crazy. She wants to get to this wedding fast. What's up, baby?
How's your burger?
Last bite.
Would you call it burger or a sandwich? No, burger.
It's a Big Mac.
Big Mac.
It's a Big Mac burger.
Burger.
Big Mac burger.
It's like 2 burgers in one.
Yeah, they have like a patty in the middle, like a bun, but it's always the bottom bun, which means they must have like a lot of top buns. She almost missed the turn. We should always have this on when you're driving. That's it. Big Mac Challenge Day 20. All said and done. All right, we're at McDonald's now. McDonald's Big Mac Challenge Day 21. What do you want?
I don't know yet.
What do you want? How are you? Can I get a Big Mac, please? No, just the Big Mac, please. Thank you so much. All right, there we go. Day 21. Day 21.
There's a bee.
Oh, apparently there's a bee. There's a bee. She's scared of bees. This lighting sucks. Big Mac Challenge. Day 21. Did you carb cycle today or let it go for one day? I was pretty relaxed. I thought I was gonna be more strict. I thought like my plan going into the wedding was that I wasn't really gonna have much to eat. But I was there, I was like, fuck this, like it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's one of my best friend in the world's wedding, like, so I definitely let loose, have some fun. All right, so we are halfway back to New York City, come back from the wedding, and I wanted to share something with you. One of the most common questions I get is how to stay on track with your diet when you're traveling. And the unfortunate answer is sometimes that you're just not gonna stay on track, and the best thing you can do is get back on track once you get home. So I mean, listen, I've had a whole bag of pretzels today. My girlfriend got this, which I ate a lot of as well. She's like Ritz crackers, had a bunch of other stuff. It's just, it was not an ideal day of dieting, especially considering this is a 30-day challenge to show you that you can lose fat while eating a Big Mac a day every day. So the scale is definitely gonna be up, like 100% it's gonna be up. Had way more carbs, a lot less movement because I'm driving so much. And just the reason I'm telling you this is, number one, I want to show you the truth, all of it, no bullshit, show you the good and the bad. And number two is because so many times people use the excuse of, oh, I fucked up, to keep fucking up and to not get back on track. What I'm going to do when I get home is I'm actually going to go on a walk, number one. And number two is I'm going to get right back on track with my nutrition because I didn't fuck up. Because there is no finish line. There is no end date. You can't fuck this up as long as you get back on track. Remember that. Like, it doesn't matter. There's not like a perfect way to stay on track. Sometimes the best thing you can do is enjoy yourself and get back on track as soon as you get home. All right? Right?
Yes.
Right?
Right. Right.
So the scale is definitely going to be up, like 100% it's going to be up. Had way more carbs, a lot less movement because I'm driving so much. And this is exactly why it's important to know the scale is going to fluctuate. And it's important to know that if you eat more carbs, you eat more food in general, of course the scale is probably going to go up a little bit. It's why you should be able to go on vacation or go to your friend's wedding or go to your child's birthday party without guilt or shame for eating more. I'm actually really happy this happened. I'm happy that I ended up having this wedding to go to, that I ate more than I wanted to, the scale spikes, because now what you're going to see is the scale's going to go down. Why is it going to go down? Because I'm staying on track. Because I'm not using this as an excuse to say, fuck it and quit. This is what happens. You go out for a day, for a weekend, for a week, for whatever. Eat more than usual. Scale goes up. Then people say, fuck it, I quit. Can't believe I gained 3, 4, 5, 6 plus pounds over that time frame. Then they give up. If you get back on track, you will continue to make progress. So watch over the next couple days. The scale's going to keep dropping. And let's see how many days it takes for me to get back to where I was before the weekend. Let's take a second to look at what just happened. And I want you to imagine yourself in my shoes, okay? I hit an all-time low on the scale, 145. And then after my buddy's wedding a couple days later, I went up to 148.2. Just think about that. Let's say you're doing great with your diet, you're on track, you're losing weight. You go away for 2 days and you gain over 3 pounds. Do you call it quits? Like, do you say, well, it's not working anymore? Or I can't believe I gained 3 pounds. Like, do you have a freak out about it? If that's what happens, if you freak out because of a short-term weight gain like that, that's when people quit. That's when people give up on their diet altogether. That's when people say, fuck it, it's not working. I can't believe I gained that much weight. What's the point? If that's what you do when your weight fluctuates up, you're giving yourself a justification for quitting, when the reality is if you just got back on track, you would have been totally fine. A lot of people in the fitness industry like to demonize the scale. The scale's so bad, the scale's evil, don't trust the scale. Listen, the scale isn't the end-all be-all, but it actually is a very good tool for gauging your weight loss over time. And as part of that, you have to know how to read the scale. And you have to know there are gonna be fluctuations day to day because of more water intake, because you ate more, because you went away for a weekend or a week. Like, the scale's gonna fluctuate. And if you're going to read it properly, you have to know that what the scale is telling you day to day, it's just data. You can't take every weigh-in as a pass or a fail. When you gained weight, you can't look at it as a screw up, what the hell's going on? And when you lose weight, you can't look at it as a win. Because every data point is just data. And what you really want to look at is the trend over time. That's how I knew I was making progress. And I knew I was going to keep making progress because when that scale spiked up over 3 pounds, I didn't give up. I got right back on track. And that's exactly what you need to do if you're going to use the scale, because the only way to fail is to quit.
Just took a bunch of pictures for the Big Mac Challenge. Man, people are hyped up about this.
1 week tomorrow, and then the challenge is over.
Thank God.
Yeah?
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
That's crazy when you think about it. You've had 22 Big Macs.
How many calories is that? It's 540. Let's see, one sec. 540. Well, 540 times 22, 11,880 calories worth of Big Macs. But then if I do 540 times 30, that'll be 16,200 calories worth of Big Macs, which is a pretty cool, it's a cool stat. I don't know how many grams of fat that is, how many grams of carbs that is.
Bring it all down.
We'll do that. Now here's something to keep in mind. People see that, oh my God, that's so many calories, Big Mac calories. That's so many Big Mac calories. Here's the thing about calories. All calories are created equal, which is why I've been able to lose weight during this whole process. That's why. Just because a calorie is created equal does not mean this has the same nutrient composition as a grilled chicken salad with avocado and tomatoes. Of course not. The grilled chicken salad with avocado and tomatoes has a much healthier nutrient profile, right? It's gonna fill you up more for fewer calories, a lot more vitamins and minerals and nutrients. But we're not talking about the nutrients when we're talking about calories. They're two separate things. The calories are just a unit of measurement. That's it. Just like a mile is always a mile, whether the mile is on the sand or in the forest or on the pavement or on water, the distance is always the same. A mile is a mile is a mile, right? How long it takes you to travel that mile, let's say swimming the mile, might take you longer than running the mile on pavement. Running the mile on sand might take you longer than running on pavement. Running downhill might be faster than running uphill, but it's still a mile because it's a unit of measurement. Same thing with the calorie. The nutrient composition changes, obviously, and that's what allows a food to be more or less nutritious per calorie. But when we're talking about fat loss, and again, fat loss and health are not the same thing. When we're talking about fat loss, calories are king. I do not recommend anybody does the Big Mac challenge. I don't recommend anybody has a Big Mac every day. The point of this is to show you that if your goal is fat loss, you can lose weight, you can lose fat, you can improve your body composition while still enjoying your favorite foods in moderation. Because remember, eating a Big Mac every day is me doing something extreme in order to prove a simple point. Just because I'm eating this every day doesn't mean that's what I want you to do. It means that when you go out for your daughter's birthday and have a couple slices of pizza, you don't have to feel guilty. It means that when you go to Thanksgiving dinner and you have a slice of pie and maybe some ice cream on top of it, you don't have to feel guilty. It means that you can enjoy your favorite foods in moderation without feeling guilty, without feeling like you fucked up. That's what this challenge is about. That's what I want to help you with. And that's why I'm fucking eating this many 16,000 calories worth of Big Macs for 30 days straight to get that point across to you no matter what the fuck anybody else is saying online.
That was a good way to end it. Damn, that was dope.
We'll have good clips from that.
That was nice. I like it. It's
It just looks higher too. The bun looks nice.
Yeah. Fresh, puffy. You can tell when it's not freshly made because the crust is, the bun is a little bit more crusty. A lot of times they'll have breaks in the crust because it's not the highest quality bread, right? So it's not very moist. The key is to heat it up right before the consumer orders it, so there's a little bit moistness left. This is grass-fed beef. You can look right here, Rico. This is grass-fed beef. Only the highest quality for the McDonald's consumers. I'm kidding, it's not grass-fed beef. You see, the middle bun is always a bottom bun, which means they just have a whole lot of top buns lying around somewhere.
Wow. That might be the best one yet.
Really?
I think that's the best one yet. That is the best one yet. 1 out of 23 right here.
Wow.
This one is the GOAT.
gym,
Day
dude?
24. You don't need to go on a rant.
No rant. Just say day 24 and take a bite. Day 24 and take a bite.
That's funny.
All right, here we are. We got Mike Vacanti. We got Rico behind the camera. It's day 24. A lot of people are asking me, how do you feel? Do you feel gross? Are you tired? All these things that crop up at the thought of McDonald's. Feel great.
That's it.
It's a good one. Cool.
So day 25, 5 Big Macs left.
All right.
Whatever else you want to say. Whatever else going on, just something like that.
Cool.
Cool, ready?
Yep.
So you can start talking.
Oh, hold on. All right, it is day 25. We got 5 Big Macs left. About to go get my 25th right now. About 6 pounds down, and I don't know where we are in the video. I don't know where this is gonna be, but I just wanna say thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope it's helping you, and above all else, I hope it's helping you develop a healthier relationship with food. So I'm gonna go get my 25th Big Mac of the month. Talk to you soon. Two more days, 2 more Big Macs in line to get my second to last one right now. 6.4 pounds down. All of this to show you can't fuck this up. Just get back on track. Can I get a Big Mac, please? Just a sandwich, please. I'm almost getting a little nostalgic. Got this one, then 1 Big Mac left tomorrow. In case you're wondering, no, I'm still not sick of it.
The last Big Mac.
This is the last one. This is really getting emotional. Gotta wait for it to light up all the way.
Bam.
Bang.
That's the last photo.
This is super sad, to be honest.
Is it really?
Not because of the Big Macs, but because of how many people, thousands of messages. Thousands. It's crazy. I didn't expect this at all. Day 30. Did not expect this at all. Can I get a Big Mac, please?
Big Mac meal.
I'm gonna get the meal. Can I get a Diet Coke, please?
So the Big Mac meal, Diet Coke.
Can I tell you, I've had a Big Mac every day for the last 30 days.
Nothing different?
And I've lost 7 pounds.
You lost 7 pounds?
I did.
That's all you was eating?
No, of course not. I ate regular food too. I just tracked my calories. Well, there you have it. 7 pounds down in 30 days, eating 1 Big Mac a day every single day. I didn't do hours of cardio to burn off the calories. I didn't do any crazy workouts, and I definitely didn't waste my money on expensive fat burners that don't work anyway. The one thing I did consistently throughout this entire Big Mac challenge was stay in a calorie deficit. Because if you want to lose fat, it doesn't matter what diet you follow. You can be plant-based, you can be keto, you can do Weight Watchers, you can do anything you want, as long as you're in a calorie deficit on a consistent basis, which is why you need to find which diet works best for you, not for the most popular fitness Instagram or influencer. So to celebrate the last Big Mac, I decided to have a live Q&A with my Inner Circle members, and they actually surprised me because a bunch of them, and there's members from all over the world, got a Big Mac as well. And at 12 p.m. Eastern on the last day, we sat down, had a live Q&A, and spoke about all the lessons learned from the Big Mac Challenge. And it actually reminded me of something. It's something I wrote about a year ago, and I shared it on Instagram, and it's had probably the biggest impact of anything I've ever written. So I'm just gonna read it to you right now from start to finish. Have you ever gone out to dinner, ate enough chips and guac to feed a family of fully grown mountain trolls, then get super worried because you thought you might have fucked up your progress? Or have you ever been sick or injured or traveling and had to skip a workout or 2 or 3 or a whole week? And did you ever feel bad or guilty or nervous you might have fucked up your progress because of that? Listen, I want to tell you something, but I don't want you skimming it because it's wicked important, so please listen closely. You can't fuck this up. I'm gonna say that again. You can't fuck this up. I don't care if you blew past your calories by 3,000. You didn't fuck up. I don't care if you missed 1 workout or 2 workouts or a month of workouts. You didn't fuck up. I don't care if you had an entire box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, 6 chocolate frogs, 4 pints of butterbeer, and a trolley full of pumpkin pasties. You didn't fuck up. Because here's the magic of it all. The only way to fuck up is if you stop altogether. If you give up, quit, say you're done. Otherwise, you can't fuck up. It's impossible. Because as long as you get right back on track, you're going to keep making progress. Most people use I fucked up as an excuse to keep fucking up, to stay off track, to not put in more effort. But that's Coswalla. And as of this moment, it's not a valid excuse because you can't fuck up. As long as you get right back on track, you're good. This fitness thing, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to make you happy and smile and confident and proud. It's not a competition. There's no day or time or hour at which you need to arrive to achieve your goals. There's no rush. You're playing the long game here. It's for life, not 7 or 21 or 30 days. This is forever. And when you're playing forever, you can't fuck up. Just get right back on track.
I never thought I was going to eat 30 Big Macs in 30 days, but I guess life is full of surprises.